Kettlebell Sews. My name's Sarah. Thank you for joining me today. This is going to be my Friday sews. It might not be posted on Friday because they've been doing some building work next door. So just through that wall, and it's been quite noisy, so I'm filming later than I thought. So I don't know if I'll get it edited up before I go to work this evening, but we'll see. I hope everyone's had a good week. I have had a very nice week, more or less, just working, getting some bits done. So today I'm just going to share with you some progress. I have a new fabric. I've got some Christmas projects in mind. Yeah, so let's get started. So first up, I think you will see it's looking more like a coat week on week. This is my Vivienne Coat. The buttons are just pinned on at the moment. I don't know if you remember, I went to Liberty with my friend and we had a look at some buttons, and I ended up with these ones, which are like, hang on, I'll pop the coat on and then you can see. 1 second. So it's very long. It's obviously not lined at the moment, so that's a little sneak peek of the inside. And the sleeves all right. So this is what it's looking like at the minute. And the buttons, if I can just come round, sorry, I've got piano still here. If I can just come round here, you can see the buttons. So there's this lovely sort of greeny colour, and I just thought they're a nice pop, but also they have this sort of vintage design. I spent ages, a lot of the sort of gold buttons can look a bit military, especially when you're on a sort of ready fabric, and I didn't want it to look like a military style jacket. But equally, sort of resin buttons and things just weren't quite hitting what I had in mind, because this is going to be not like an everyday coat. This is going to be like a special occasion coat. But I'm really pleased. I think you can see the fit is pretty nice, actually. I've not made any adjustments. It's quite long on me because I'm only 5'4", so you can't see the length. Eventually there'll be pictures. But the outer shell is now pretty much all done. And the next step is to sew up the lining. So anyone who doesn't know, you basically sew up the lining as almost a separate coat, but just inside out. And that should be quite straightforward. The tricky bit comes with attaching this to the lining and making sure that things haven't sort of stretched and moved things out of whack. But yeah, it's a coat. I'm very excited. So yeah, so I'm pleased you've been able to follow me along on this journey, and each week I'm hoping, just bit by bit, there'll be something new. The jobs I did this weekend were sewing on the sleeves, as you can see, and then also I did some work with the facing. You have to hand stitch in the ditch the facing at the back of the neck, which I did. I added in a label. Yeah, so just a few little jobs. This weekend, lining. I'll get as much done as I have time for. But yes, we're getting there. I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the month. But realistically, I'm actually thinking, is that possible? Don't know. But we're going to try. We'll have a tryer. Okay, so stand. Right, so that is one of the things I've been working on this week. And also, I showed you at the end of last week some things I'd cut out to sew. So one of them was the Carlisle t-shirt, which is from the Cashmere Club, which is a subscription pattern, and it's a t-shirt with a sort of square neck. I'll pop a little picture up here. I haven't taken like proper picture of this one yet, but you can see it on my table. And I think I did take like a rough in the mirror picture the other day. I paired it with a bold like pattern clashing skirt, which I sort of went between seeing it in the mirror and thinking, oh, it was a bit like Ugly Betty-esque, which I kind of like Patricia Field, clashy brights. But I got some funny looks, and then when Nate came home, he was a bit like, did you wear those together for work? So maybe they didn't go, don't know. Yeah, so that was my make for this week. Really speedy sew. Putting the collar, the neckband, so it's a square neckband that comes in 4 pieces, was a little bit fiddly, and I've noticed when I put it on, I noticed there's a little bit that's caught, until it's Friday, that's caught in the front corner on one side. So I'll probably unpick that and see if I can just fix it, but that's the most fiddly bit, was just putting the neckband in. The rest of it really straightforward. So I used the Art Gallery jersey fabric that I showed you last time, which I bought in York, and really nice, good quality, very stable. I love a cotton jersey, and the print and the colours on that are so nice. So yeah, right, I had one delivery come just after I filmed last week, so I'm trying not to buy too much fabric for the remainder of the year, because I have plenty and I want to start sort of churning through some of the stuff I've got rather than adding all the time. But I saw this and it's such an unusual print, and it was so sort of perfect for me that I just couldn't resist getting some. So this is from System Intaka, and it's a new Rifle Paper Company print. And you'll see, I'll hold it up nice and close, it's got music. Is that upside down? No, that's the right way. It's got music and these lovely little flowers. And I've just never seen a print like this before. I think a lot of musical prints can sometimes be a bit cheesy, like a bit like novel. They can look a bit like novelty prints. Whereas this one, it's got this nice, the colour underneath, I don't know if that comes up on the camera, but it's sort of like the colour of old manuscript paper. So like off-white. I haven't tried to play the music on it yet. That will maybe be a job for another day. But I just thought it's so unusual, but it's so like such a beautiful print, and I just thought I'm going to be really gutted if I don't buy it. So I've got 2 meters. I was toying with a sagebrush, but I actually think I'm just going to put this in the stash, you know, because I mean, I think the sagebrush would be nice, but I've still got to sew up my first sagebrush anyway, which is already cut out in this Winterberries cotton, I think it's a cotton lawn that I showed you last week. So I'll make that, and if I love it, then I might be like, yes, I will use the music fabric for that. But I think I'm going to save it until I find something that's really like exactly what I want. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. I love when you just find a print that's like not just beautiful, but you just think like, oh, that's just such a good fit for me. I think the combination of the bright colours and then the score is just perfect. So yeah. I had some really interesting feedback last week about the advent calendar. Predictably, I have seen that the Fabric Godmother one is now sold out, even though I wasn't going to buy it because we're just on a bit of a budget. I was still sad to see it was sold out, which I knew is what would happen. And now watch everyone open it and I'll be jealous. So, and I've also come across First for Fabrics did one, which I completely missed. And they've got a little competition going actually to win one. Look over on the First for Fabrics Instagram for that. And yeah, I'm not too bothered about the Kylie the Machine one because I do have a lot of labels and I'm like, okay. But yeah, I'm weighing up. There are some on Etsy that are a bit cheaper that just have little haberdashery. So I'm thinking, do I just get something like that just to get some little bits? Or do I just accept it this year? Just get a normal advent calendar. I don't know. It's been a while. The last couple of years I got the Lush advent calendar. I think it was the year before last. Which was amazing. But it was like a lot of Lush all at once and I just couldn't get through that many bath bombs. But it's really gorgeous and our house smelled amazing. This is pre having Nala, so it didn't smell a dog then. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with the advent calendar. I'm going to be really jealous of everyone with an advent calendar, but I'm just going to accept it and try and just accept that it was the right decision for me at the moment, and maybe put aside some money for one next year. So I might pre-plan to get a fancy one next year, but just put the money aside in advance. Yeah, so speaking of Christmas, I decided to have a dig through some of my remnants today because I am planning on I have 3 little children in my life to sew for, and that's my 2 godchildren and my nephew. And I wanted to have a look at what I had left over from other projects that I could use to maybe make some gifts. So I thought I could show you some of the things I have and what I'm thinking. So first up, from the top I was talking to you about, my Carlisle, I have some fabric left. Obviously the plus of children's patterns is you don't have to use a lot of fabric. So I'm thinking, I think I mentioned before, the Poppy and Jazz pansy dress is one that I've made a few times. It's just like a jersey dress, got little sleeves. I just find it very wearable for children because it's jersey, it's really quick sew. And also they can wear it for quite a long time. So I tend to make it a little bit big, but they'll then wear it from when it's oversized to sort of when they're just squeezing into it still. But so it lasts for a long time, and you can get really fun print cotton jersey or whatever and make a really, really cute dress, or you can make a very stylish, like simple one. But I always get big printed ones. So one of my goddaughters will have one of those. So that's that. And then, sorry, they're just in a random order because they're just in the order I picked them up in. I have some leftover sweatshirting from a sweatshirt I made last year. So I'm thinking I'll make a little strawberry sweatshirt in that, and possibly use, so this is a French terry fabric that I got from Minerva, I think. The sweatshirting, this was from Rainbow Fabrics a while ago. And I used this across the hoodie I made. I used it as like a band across the front. But I'm thinking here I might cut out like a, I don't know, like a letter or like a little heart, or maybe something Christmassy. I don't know. And put that on the front of the sweater. Or I might just do like a little patch in that colour, maybe a little band. I don't know. I'm going to do something with that so there's a little contrast. I then have this, is this also French terry? This is also a French terry. So I bought this absolutely ages ago. And I think I cut out a t-shirt somewhere and I've not sewn it, so that must be in my sewing room. But basically it's this nice stripy one. So I think I'll make a little t-shirt for that for my nephew probably. I'll try and match the stripes. I don't know if I've got enough. It's in sort of in pieces. There's definitely enough for a t-shirt. Is there enough for a pattern match t-shirt? Don't know. Time will tell. I also, I'm just thinking jerseys. What do I have? Oh, I have the leftover jersey from this t-shirt that I'm wearing. This is the Carlisle t-shirt from Cashmerette Ahead of the Curve book. And the jersey is from Jenny Stitches fabric. And I love it. It's got, I don't know if you can see it, it's got like glitter, a glitter stripe. The one thing I would say is it's a bit itchy on the neckline because of the glitter. So I've got some left here, possibly enough to make a little dress or maybe a t-shirt or two. I'll have a look. But what I'll probably do is use, I've got some red ribbing fabric, so I'll probably use that for the neckline just so that it's not too itchy. So that's some more nice cotton jersey. I've got this, now this is quite flimsy. This jersey, tie-dye, I think it's like a viscose jersey. It's got like a crinkle texture. This is from Rainbow Fabrics. I think I talked in my plus size patterns video about the Sage Tee by Elba Textiles. I made one like that, so a big oversized man t-shirt. And I have a load of this left over, so I might make a little dress maybe. I bought these patches from, which I've left upstairs, from Liberty as well. So 2 unicorns and a little cloud with a hat on. So I might make like t-shirt with a patch or something like that. And then we get into some more fun stuff really. Double gauze, the speckled double gauze. This is left over from a Tamsin dress that I made for Christmas last year. I'm not 100% because what I found happened is the gold has just sort of come off and now it's just, I mean, it's just like little bits of glue. So this might be impractical for a child's garment because I just don't think it likes being washed. But I just saw it and I thought, oh, it would be really cute, but it is impractical. So I might make just like little skirts. Do you know what I mean? Like for each of my goddaughters, like a little skirt they can flounce around in that's very quick to sew, and that if the gold comes off is not the end of the world. I have this left over from my Billy sweater dress. So this again is from Jenny Stitches. You see this in, she's got it in a few different colourways, and I've also seen it in totally different colourways on First Fabrics. So there are lots of choices of colour out here. This is sort of a faux cable knit. It's really stable. I'm thinking of making some little Billy, no, I don't mean Billy. Billy sweaters are the adult ones. Strawberry sweatshirts, which are Poppy and Jazz again, in these, which I think will be super cute. And then I'm getting to the bottom of this because you probably didn't realise you were going to be in for such a long haul of children's pattern ideas. Corduroy, this left over from my Jenny Stitches blog project, which was the dungarees, the Erin dungarees. I'm thinking with this of making like a little pinafore dress. Again, I might have enough to make 2 because they're only very little people and pinafore dresses don't use that much fabric. I did see a really sweet version for free that had these like rabbit ears at the top. So I might see if I can do that because I think that just elevates it a bit. But yeah, so I'm thinking at least 1, possibly 2 little pinafore dresses, and I will probably line them with the same fabric I used to line my dungarees because I have just a little bit of that left, which I think will be enough for a bib and a little teeny pinafore, which is this sort of 80s style party viscose print. So yes, and then 2 more. So I've got some more sweatshirting. So another sweatshirt, or I think I'll probably get 2 sweatshirts out of what I've got left here. So I've already made 1 little kiddie sweatshirt out of this fabric for my friend's son. So I think I've got enough maybe for 2. I also have the possibility, so one of the first fabrics I made something for my goddaughter out of was this, which just looks like a normal cotton jersey. But when you go outside, these white spots change colour. So they go like all the different colours of the rainbow. And it's only in sunlight, not in artificial light. So like she literally thought I was the coolest thing ever after I made that. I've only got a little bit left, but again, I'm thinking, could I do like a little like heart patch or like a little, do you know what I mean? Like just a little something. And just use that scrap up because I don't really want to throw it away. And then last, I'm thinking of making some little shorts for my nephew. I have this twill fabric just in navy. And then left over from, what did I make? Winslow culottes. I have this ex-Ralph Lauren swordfish print. I think, is it cotton linen, I think? Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing, like, combining the two. I might even have enough to make 2 little pairs of shorts, but like, so one navy with little swordfish accents and then one swordfish with little navy accents. I haven't actually got a pattern for that yet, so I need to have a little shop around. If you have any recommendations, do let me know. I know there are lots of free children's patterns, but also I'm happy to buy one if it's the right one. And yeah, so that's it. Well done if you got through all of that. That took longer than I anticipated. Yeah, so the only other thing I have to share really is about Vlogmas. So I've only really worked out what Vlogmas is quite recently. And I'm thinking of giving it a go this year. Don't know if it's a terrible idea. December's very busy. There's obviously a lot of singing, carol stuff, and also a lot of teaching stuff gets really busy, and I run choirs, so we have lots of concerts and carol singing and all sorts of things happening, plus the social side, so it's going to be quite hectic. I don't actually know even how much sewing I'm going to get done, but I just thought let's give it a go. So the videos will probably be quite short, not very slickly edited, but I think, yeah, I'm going to give it a try and sort of bring you through December with me. We're going to be away for actual Christmas, which would be nice. And we've got some fun outings. We're going to dinner and dancing at the Ritz just before Christmas with a couple of friends of ours, which is going to be great. So we'll get all glammed up for that. As I said, I've got lots of concerts, fun days out, carol service. There will also be days when all I'm doing is teaching, which obviously not that much fun I can share, but I will just tell you about my day. So yeah, I'm thinking of giving it a go, and we'll see if I regret that or not. Anyway, so that was just a little update video this week. As I said, I'm going to try and get this up on Friday, but I think I probably won't get it up until Saturday or Sunday, just because I've had to record it later and I'm going to work today and tomorrow. But yeah, next week we'll hopefully have a bit more on the coat, and maybe some progress on some other things, but then it won't be long until Vlogmas. So yeah, I'm really excited. Lovely. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. I've been really amazed at having any subscribers that aren't my immediate friends and family. And it's lovely getting comments and having chats and hearing what other people are making, and when people are using the same patterns, the same fabric or whatever. It's just really nice to have lots of people to chat to. So please, if you do enjoy the video, comment, like, subscribe, you know the deal. And yeah, I will see you next time. All right, thanks so much.